Nicki Minaj didn't even show up to the Grammys, yet somehow she still managed to steal the entire night. That alone should tell you how much weight her name still carries. Sometimes absence speaks louder than presence, and this was one of those moments where not being in the room made her impossible to ignore. Everyone knows last night was the Grammys. The lights were bright, the jokes were flowing, the audience was relaxed, until Trevor Noah decided to throw out a line about Nicki Minaj not being there. On paper, it sounded like harmless comedy. But the camera panned to the crowd, laughter filled the room, and that's when the energy shifted. From a distance, Nicki Minaj saw the reactions, felt the moment land the wrong way, and instead of brushing it off, she took it personally. What started as a joke instantly turned into a spark, and that spark was enough to set everything off.
Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here. She is still at the White House.
Nicki Minaj didn't let the moment pass quietly. She went straight to Twitter and put Trevor Noah on blast after his Grammys joke rubbed her the wrong way. It wasn't a vague response either. She aimed directly at him, typing out a message that accused Trevor Noah of refusing to come out while, according to her, everyone in the industry already knows who he's dating. Allegedly. The tweet felt less like a reaction and more like a warning shot, but she didn't stop there. Nicki Minaj also turned her attention to Chrissy Teigen, throwing out another shocking claim and saying Chrissy Teigen has a cucumber, allegedly. The tone had clearly shifted by this point. What started as irritation had turned into full-blown confrontation. And when it came to Lizzo, there was zero restraint. Lizzo had posted, then quickly deleted, a TikTok video where she appeared to defend Jay-Z, and that was enough to light another fuse. From Nicki Minaj's perspective, that defense crossed a line, and once again, she made it clear she wasn't going to stay silent about it.
The American people in the comments, I knew she was wrong. Jay-Z, I knew he was. What did it say Jay-Z did? He was there in 1996? Come on, people. Like, y'all are falling for it. It's the easiest, oldest trick in the book. And honestly, I'm losing faith in the average intelligence of the American person. Because, come on, just because somebody's name is mentioned in a 3 million document file of a person's life who's been lived over crimes who've spanned decades, doesn't mean that every single person is an accomplice. He could be mentioned. He referenced Jay-Z once. He was like, oh, we could learn from Jay-Z's business model. Why are y'all, where's the crime? Focus.
Nicki Minaj went even harder on Twitter, firing off a line that instantly shocked people watching in real time. She mocked Lizzo, saying she lost hundreds of pounds only to move the same number of albums, throwing in jabs about loose skin and calling the project a flop, all wrapped in a tone that felt more ruthless than playful. It made one thing painfully clear. Nicki Minaj was not feeling Lizzo stepping in to defend Jay-Z, and she wasn't interested in softening her response for anyone watching, and just when it seemed like the moment couldn't escalate further, another name entered the storm. Billy Porter was asked about Nicki Minaj, and instead of dodging the question or choosing diplomacy, he went straight for the throat. No filter, no hesitation, just a blunt, F her. That single comment flipped the energy again, turning the situation from online chaos into an open feud, and signaling that this was no longer just about tweets, but about real tension spilling out in public.
Going on
Everything.
and everything, especially
everywhere
on social media. Speaking of this, we're on this topic because Nicki Minaj has been trending, over her.
Fuck her. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time.
Nicki Minaj kept the chaos rolling on Twitter, throwing out another sharp post where she dragged George Clinton, twisting his name and mocking him in a way that felt deliberately disrespectful. That comment alone sparked a whole new wave of reactions, especially after people resurfaced the moment where he reportedly said, F Nicki Minaj. Some viewers even shifted focus to the interview itself, saying the reporter looked stressed, uncomfortable, and clearly caught in the middle of something bigger than a simple question. The conversation had officially gone off the rails. Then the situation took a darker, more serious turn. Nicki Minaj announced that she would not be releasing her album after all. In a series of tweets, she claimed that powerful people gain and keep control through horrific acts, suggesting child sacrifice and tying it to political power. She went as far as saying anyone who continues to vote Democrat is just as soulless and destined to perish. She hinted that she had been holding back information for a long time, trying to stay quiet, but said the continued bullying had pushed her to the edge, and that story time might finally be coming. She followed that up by making it official. no album until her contract is renegotiated. She also alluded to sabotage, legal investigations, and Billboard being dragged into what she described as a much larger situation. Those tweets alone showed that Nicki Minaj wasn't just responding to one joke or one person. She was addressing everyone she felt had crossed her, questioned her, or tried to diminish her voice. And now the question is open to the audience. Do you think Nicki Minaj was justified in reacting the way she did, or do you feel like she took things too far this time? Drop your thoughts and opinions in the comments below.
Start off by saying that I actually don't disagree with Nicki Minaj that these age gaps are weird, and I've always said that. However, her math is off. And before we get into the math, I do think it's ironic that she's calling people predators when she's married to that man. But anyway, Aaliyah was born in 1979 and Jay-Z was born in 1969. But Aaliyah was born in January of 1979 and Jay-Z was born in December of 1969. So that means that if this was 1996, then she would have been 17 and he would have been 26. Now again, that doesn't make it less weird because I don't know why you'd be hanging out with a 17-year-old at 26. Now, the Beyonce and Jay-Z photo might be true depending on when the photo was taken because Beyonce turned 16 in September of that year and Jay-Z turned 28 in December of that year. And again, I don't think that those age gaps are acceptable. Even though people say that they started dating when Beyonce was 19, I still think a 19 and a 31-year-old don't have anything in common. And I still believe that Nicki Minaj is absolutely not doing okay. With all that said, now she also said that Trevor Noah is closeted and he needs to come out because everyone in the industry knows who his boyfriend is after he made a joke that involved her at the Grammys last night. I think it's weird that you are using gay as an insult, but who am I? She also called Lizzo 300-pound Lizzo and said that her last album was a flop. Weird. And lastly, she alleged that Democrats were flying in immigrants for votes.
Y'all, Nicki Minaj is online clapping back at the Grammys after they mentioned her for laughs and views. She is threatening to expose a lot of the secrets behind Jay-Z, also saying that she won't be releasing her album until her contract is renegotiated and until I tell you about all the sabotage that this blank is finding out about Billboard. And then she said this about blank Z, saying your favorite artist has been practicing blank in a where they take from other countries and blank as a form. I can't even say this on here without getting copyrighted. But she's here to say the jig is up. She also reposted this post saying true or false. Now y'all can pause and read all of these things and allegations towards Jay-Z. This all happened after Trevor Noah made several jokes about Nicki Minaj still being at the Trump house and having conversations with Trump, and that's why she's not at the Grammys. I'm so glad Nicki's at least standing up for herself, because we all know Drake be staying silent during things like this. But let me know y'all's thoughts.
It looks like Trevor Noah's joke has activated tweet rant Nicki Minaj. Yes, Nicki Minaj is going full paragraph for paragraph on Twitter right now, expressing a lot. You feel me? And this all started because Trevor Noah made a joke about Nicki Minaj and Donald Trump at the Grammys, right? One of the tweets that are blowing up right now is her attacking Jay-Z. She also stated she will not be releasing an album. There was people saying that they didn't think that Nicki Minaj actually had an album and she was just trying to step on Cardi B's album. Well, it looks like Nicki Minaj is not releasing an album. Barbs, I'm not trying to fight. I'm just letting people know what's going on. There's one thing I do want to comment on. I'm just going to put this out so people can start pondering about it. She said that people have been sacrificing children as a way of gaining and maintaining power. That's like the famous Illuminati thing that she's playing off of, which cool, all is well. I understand that move. My question would be, what about Birdman? So Birdman is who Lil Wayne is signed to, in which who you signed to, and Birdman is still running the game. He has one of the most label-friendly deals in the industry. Always have, actually. So when you talk about people doing things to gain power and maintain power, Birdman is one of the most powerful people in the rap industry. Is he excluded from this? Like, are we excluding people you like and only including people you don't like? She included the picture of Foxy Brown and Jay-Z. Beyonce and Jay-Z, this, that, and the third. Oh, this is Aaliyah and Jay-Z. I do want to say that Aaliyah has vehemently denied when she was here that her and Jay-Z had any romantic involving. For the people that say Foxy Brown has vehemently denied any allegations that her and Jay-Z were intimate. In general, when she was underage. Beyonce and Jay-Z met when she was 16. They started dating when she was 19. Me personally, I wouldn't be 32 dating a 19-year-old. I still find shit like that weird. In no way am I defending that. But she technically was of age if you want to look at legal standards. I don't know. As far as people being sacrificed and whatnot, like if people are sacrificing, then it has to be everybody, right? Like we can't just like delete like people she likes and then. You get what I'm saying? That's my question. I'm just putting that question out there. This is not me attacking Nicki Minaj. Y'all gonna get mad anyway. I don't know. I just have questions. Till next time, I'm out of here. Wait.